Hey everybody, welcome back to Travel Trailer Nation. Today I'm going to give you 5 reasons to hook up your RV and come to Texas. We've been here for 12 years now, so let me just give you my opinion on why you might want to come here and camp. Number 1, escape the great northern winter. Many campgrounds in Texas are open all year round, and keep in mind, even though they're open all year round, you can still get some temporary cold snaps. You might even see ice storms, snow, but they don't last long. But keep in mind, if you do get that kind of weather down here, everything shuts down and you're going to want to stay off the road. Number 2, Texas state parks are inexpensive and beautiful. Seriously, you're going to be blown away if you come down here and stay in one of the state parks. They are absolutely gorgeous. And many of them are full hookup. There are also many Army Corps of Engineer parks as well. And there also you have full hookups, so very nice places to stay. Number 3, from Paladuro Canyon to Big Bend National Park and all the way to the ocean, the scenery down here is very diverse and beautiful. Number 4, wonderful places to visit, and here's just a few examples. The San Antonio Riverwalk. This is actually the #1 attraction in the state, believe it or not. And there is a KOA on the bus line not very far from the Riverwalk, and even though it's in a very industrial area, you wouldn't know it once you pull in the gates, so consider that as a stop. The Alamo, also located in San Antonio. Experience 300 years of Texas history and take a self-guided tour, or you could actually book a tour. Now, entry to the church is free, but to get in, you actually have to reserve some free tickets in advance. How about the Johnson Space Center in Houston? This is where space flight training takes place, and the museum has over 400 exhibits. I'd recommend spending the day, and even if you spend the day there, I don't think you're going to get through everything. It is an awesome, awesome place to visit. The next place would be the 6th Floor Museum in Daley Plaza, the site of the assassination of JFK. There you're going to want to get tickets, probably online, and plan to spend at least 4 hours there, maybe even more. So it's pretty in-depth overview of what went on. Next, the Fort Worth Stockyards National Historic District. You won't want to miss the cattle drives, which take place daily at 11:30 a.m. and 4 p.m. There's a lot to do in the historic district, so grab yourself a nice steak, have a beer, and then go on and do some shopping. Or maybe just have a beer. The Dallas, Texas Motor Speedway is next on the list. It's hosted many NASCAR and IndyCar races. Then there's the Grapevine Vintage Railroad. Hop aboard and you'll go back in time to the 1920s. The coaches are beautiful, but don't worry, they have modern conveniences. You won't have to worry if it gets hot. They do have air conditioning. Next, the Jefferson, Texas Ghost Walking Tour. Tammy and I have both done that one. Very interesting from a historical perspective. Do it if for no other reason, just to get a historical perspective on the city. We found it to be really entertaining. We did not see anything supernatural, in case you're wondering. Saw a lot of people with cameras hoping. That was about it. For more things to do in Texas, you can always go out to traveltrailernation.com and page through our blog posts, or just do a search under the category of camping locations and we'll come up with something. Now, there's a lot more to do than what I've listed above. And number 5 on the list would be 10 months out of the year, the weather here is pretty much fantastic. Camping in July and August is very hot, but I wouldn't let the heat dissuade you from coming. Just be prepared for it. Maybe you want to just vegetate at a campground and not do anything. There's no shame in that. So those are the 5 reasons I have for saying come on down to Texas and do a little camping. There's plenty to do. And as I mentioned, you might want to consider it as your winter destination if you live in the northern states. I'd say come down in November and stay through February, March, April. The thing to remember, though, is you need to be aware of your location. So there's certain areas that are more prone to these spring storms that we get with heavy thunderstorms, hail, tornadoes. So be prepared for that. And if you need to, move camp because you see something happening or developing in the future, just hook up your trailer and move to another part of the state, away from the storms. Tammy and I have had to beat feet out of a number of Texas state camps just because, there was bad weather on the horizon that was forecasted, and we didn't want to get hit in a hailstorm. And we actually ran from a couple hurricanes before too. So just something to keep in mind if you're down here. It's always smarter to move camp than to suffer the effects of the storm. So that's my advice. Come on down to Texas. I think you'd really like it. Stay at a couple state campgrounds or COE campgrounds. See what there is to see. I think you'll love it. Till next time, happy camping.